Hello, I'm Alan Keays, and I'm joined today by Brent Curtis, and we're here to provide you a look at some of the stories we're working on for tomorrow's paper. We got some news earlier this morning about some legislation working its way up in Washington regarding anti-heroin efforts.
Yeah, Alan, coming out of the Senate Appropriations Committee today was a bill that contained a anti-heroin grant. It's going to be, assuming it makes it through the rest of Congress, administered by the Justice Department. It's going to have about $10 million that's going to be competitively awarded nationwide to support law enforcement efforts aimed at heroin and opiate use. Now, what makes this interesting outside of the fact that we have a local and statewide heroin and opiate epidemic is that in March, the Senate Judiciary Committee was here to hold hearings on this very subject, and this legislation is inspired, or this grant is inspired by that Senator Leahy, who was the chairman of the Senate Appropriations, went back to Washington, and this is deemed by him to be one of his initial efforts to try to respond to what he heard at that hearing.
And it cleared a hurdle today, so it's expected to...
It's going to the Senate floor next, so and it's part of the Justice Department bill. So assuming it gets past the Senate floor, then it's got to go to joint committee process, and then assuming the president signs it, it's a done deal. We only have to go through several steps from here, but it's out of committee, and that's a start.
All right. Well, also in tomorrow's paper, our reporter Darren Marcy is doing a story looking at the hail recovery efforts. There are some places that have popped up around the area that are fixing cars, and people are going to them. I guess insurance companies have set some of them up.
Yes, actually, I was speaking to my insurance company today on $5,000 worth of damage in my truck. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
And you're parked downtown?
No, I was driving in Proctor.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
All right. Well, also in tomorrow's paper, we'll have a preview of CCV's graduation, talking to a local graduate from the Belmont area. We'll have that story. Also in tomorrow's paper, we'll have there's a proposal, it's in the initial stages, to put a biomass plant in at the site of the nuclear power plant that's going to be closing at the end of the year in Vernon. It's a $350 million wood-fired facility. So it's in the very early stages, just discussing at this point. And also in tomorrow's paper, we'll have a look at a man in White River Junction Court who was, arrested after trying to eat heroin. There was some kind of chase that took place, and he tried to eat a bindle of heroin. How much is a bindle?
That's actually 10 bags of
10
heroin.
bags of heroin?
And it's never a good idea to eat heroin, I don't think.
Yeah. Well, Eric Francis was there, and he'll have the story on that for tomorrow's paper. So that's also in tomorrow's paper, we'll have a look at sports. We'll go to John Shramek now for that.
All right, thanks, Alan. So here in the sports department, we are deep into high school playoff coverage, and we're going to have a couple stories in tomorrow's issue on some of those playoff games. Tom Haley's down in Poultney right now for a Division IV softball game between number 11 Rochester and the number 6 Blue Devils. And I also had a Division IV baseball game, an early game at St. Peter's Field between Danville and MSJ. MSJ won that game 3-1, and it was kind of a quick pitcher's duel. MSJ got their last 2 runs of the game in the 4th inning on a suicide squeeze, so that was kind of an interesting outcome. So make sure to check that out tomorrow for more details on that. And we'll also have updated pairings on all the high school playoff activity, so you can try to keep track of who's playing who, when, and where. All right, back to you guys.
And another thing you're working on for tomorrow's paper, there was a fire that happened late last night up in Middlebury.
About 9 o'clock last night, Vermont Soap Works in the Middlebury Industrial Park, fire crews from 3 towns were called over there. They were able to douse the blaze, but it did some significant damage to the building. I was talking to the building owner today. They're cleaning up and hope to have the damage repaired in the near future, but they might have to move the operation into another building in the plant so that they can continue to operate.
How many people work there?
That I don't entirely know yet. I'm trying to reach the owner of the building. They have actually a pretty good website, so I could guess at least a dozen. But I'm told that they were actually getting prepared to expand. They were moving to a second shift of workers, or planning to move to a second set of workers shortly before this fire.
So if the owner's watching this, give Brent a call. All right.
Please.
Well, that's some of the stories we're working on for tomorrow's paper. Thanks for watching.
Have a great day.